The time has come to have a look at another box from the folks over at BBQ Box. If you're scratching your head with a few days left before Christmas comes around and trying to think, what can I give that special somebody in my life that likes the barbecue, likes cooking out on the grill, perhaps the BBQ Box is the box for you. And there's no cutoff, really. You could subscribe to them right now, and you may not get necessarily the box for Christmas time to give to your special someone in your life, but you can definitely give them a little card that says, I just subscribed you to the BBQ Box. Merry Christmas, and you're welcome. And now every single month afterwards, you will be reminded about how much I cared about you to have you subscribe to the number one barbecue box on the market. So the website, once again, is bbqbox.com. We're going to go ahead and get this opened up. I don't know if this is actually, I think this is for December, but we will know as soon as we cut the tape. I'm just going to use Hank to do that. I'm going to cut the tape on the front and open up the flap. Oh, almost did it. Let's check the tape on the top too to make sure there's nothing there, and sure enough, there was. Going to go ahead and get this opened up. And inside, first things first, you've got a little card that says, whether it is gas or charcoal, we have you covered. 10% of your entire order with coupon code BROK10. For all your grill and outdoor kitchen needs, contact Big Ridge Outdoor Kitchens, www.bigridgeoutdoorkitchens.com. It's good through till June 2018, so you still got lots of time. Cannot be combined with any other offers. If you'd like to get 10% off your order, just use that little code right there, BROK10. And there's the back of it. Put that to the side. You also got another card inside as well. This is for November, actually. Preparing for the holiday season. November 2017's category is pork. The recipe is holiday ham. Are you somebody that subscribes? Are you somebody that celebrates, thank you, the holiday season? Do you celebrate with a turkey, or do you celebrate with a ham? What is your, I'm going to ask you down below. Let me know down below, guys. What meal do you usually have for Christmas? Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, either which, whatever day you celebrate more than the other. Let me know down below what your Christmas traditional meal is. Flip it around though, the preparations for the actual ham. You prepare the smoker, prep the ham, rub it, smoke it, sauce it, and slice it. I know that was only 6 steps and that seemed pretty easy, but again, there's a little bit more involved in it than just what the 6 things I said. What you'll need though is 1 pre-cooked or pre-smoked ham, half or whole, doesn't matter, weight is up to you, a bottle of Georgia Boy's all-purpose barbecue rub, and 1 bottle of Jasper Blackburn's barbecue sauce. There's also some recipe tips. You need to decide how much ham you would serve based on how many people are coming over. The purpose of this recipe is to add flavor and heat the internal ham temperature. It's a great recipe for the holidays, so you can spend time with friends and family, or family and friends. Don't forget to save your ham bone for other recipes like ham bone soup. Then inside for the barbecue box for November, we got ourselves some gourmet wood chips. We always tend to get gourmet or wood chips in general with the barbecue boxes. For those who do smoke their turkeys or smoke their hams, the wood chips certainly come in handy. You can't simply just go out and go to the park and pull the wood chips from the park area, which seems strange to me that they use wood chips. I always think that if a kid is barefoot at a park, splinters would be a bigger concern. Also, if you take your dogs out there and they do their business on wood chips, I would think that soaks in a little bit more than pebbles. But what do I know? What do I know? I don't know anything about smoking meat just yet. And I certainly don't know anything about preparing a park for children, construction, or prep afterwards. Nonetheless, we get the Gourmet Wood Chips Pro Blend. It's 8 ounces, and it comes to us from Vaughan Wood Products. Questions or comments, you can go to sales@vaughanwoodproducts.com. Also included inside this month's box, we got ourselves pork jerky, fully cooked from Stripling's General Store. The ingredients or calories are 80 per 1 container or 1 package. It's best before, I'm assuming, see, I don't know if that's days, month, and year. It's either best by October 2nd or it's best by February 10th. Can I open this up on my own? I don't think I can, so I'm gonna use the trusty knife. See if I can actually get this opened up here. You say jerky, I say what? You say jerky. I usually say beef. I don't usually think pork as a go-to meat for pork jerky. But definitely by the nature of the very strong flavorings that you can get from pork, pork seems like a very suitable meat and a good recommended meat for a pork jerky, or jerky for that matter, thereby being pork. Let's give this a try. Now, the ingredients are pork, salt, black pepper, dehydrated onion, dehydrated garlic, paprika, chipotle pepper, jalapeno peppers, and tricalcium phosphate. So, other than the last ingredient, you can pretty much read and understand all of those ingredients. Let's give this a try, the pork jerky. Initially, at the beginning of that, you really don't taste much. You taste a little bit of salt and pepper. Let me kind of work you through the timeline here. Kind of get that salt and pepper flavor at the beginning. Then you start tasting the garlic and the onions. And then you start tasting the peppers. It's not overly hot, especially for a wimp like myself that doesn't handle heat all that much. There's the inside of it. Yeah, again, it's not a very strong flavor initially. It's actually quite mild. And you almost think to yourself, this doesn't really have a lot of flavoring on it other than salt and pepper. But then again, as you're kind of working your way through eating it, you start switching from one flavor profile to the next one, and then to the next one. And near the end of it is where you're getting the flavor of the chipotle and the jalapeno. It's not super hot, but it's got a spice to it. And that's personally what I like. I like the seasoning, I like spiciness, but I don't like outright heat. If it gets overly, excessively hot, then I say no deal. I say pass. That is a good jerky though. It's also to be said as well, when you're using pork just brings an element of flavor to the party that other meats don't. Like beef jerky is the go-to obviously for jerky, but there's something to be said about pork jerky. I quite like it. To go along with that, we have the Savory Spice Georgia Boys All-Purpose Barbecue Rub, a Colorado company. You can head over to www.savoryspiceshop.com. Like the name says, it's an all-purpose barbecue rub. Try it on anything you want to cue, but do it Georgia style. You should focus on fruitwood, smoked pork, particularly ribs, shoulder, and hams. Ingredients: brown sugar, white sugar, alderwood, smoked salt, kosher salt, onion, smoked Spanish paprika, black pepper, chilies, mustard powder, garlic, Mexican oregano, or oregano, and spices. Now, this time around I was smart. I prepared in advance and I got myself a spoon. So I'm not going to have to just fish in there with my finger to give it a try. And peel back the layer and bring out the spoon, which I think is a much more accommodating way of getting the seasonings from said jar to said mouth. This of course works a little bit better on a meat, but we're going to give this the try with just having it in a spoonful here. Let's give this a try. The Savory Spice Georgia Boys All-Purpose Barbecue Rub. Here we go. It's actually a very similar journey to what I just went with on the jerky. Initially, you start with the brown sugar flavoring, then you start tasting the smokiness from the paprika, the smokiness from the pepper and the salt, more importantly the smoked salt. First I taste sweetness, then I taste the saltiness, and then kind of near the end of it is where I start getting a little bit of that heat, a little bit of the garlic flavoring, but more importantly a lot of the spices. It doesn't actually say, it just says and spices, so of course they got to keep some of that secret. Sweet, smoky, heat. It's kind of the way that we're going with the rub here. It's actually a good rub. Not something you're going to want to eat just by a spoon. That would be ridiculous. But you put that on a pork, like a pork shoulder or pork rib. You put that even on like, I guess you put it on chicken as well. But it's such a very strong flavor that you would want to probably keep it closer to like the beefs, the pork and stuff like that. And lastly, we've got Jasper Blackburn's G-Daddy Southern Made Barbecue Sauce. Great taste from the South. I've been making it for over 55 years. Calories, you're looking at 60 calories per 2 tablespoons. And we've got 13 grams of sugar, for example, some sodium, 400 milligrams of sugar, 400 milligrams of sodium, I should say. Ingredients, tomato ketchup. Of course, the ingredients in the ketchup, we got honey, cane sugar, apple cider vinegar, mustard, salt, pepper, sauce. What else we have in here? Water, vegetable base, black pepper, Worcestershire sauce, corn syrup, water. Looks like it's probably going to have a lot of sweetness to it. Sugar is even still at the bottom of that after all the honey and the corn syrup. Let's go ahead, and there should be like a little tab here. Let's see if I can just open this as is. Sometimes it's just, there's that little, where is it? Perforation right there. You know what? Take the knife. I could be here all day trying to open this. Let's not do that. I know you guys have places you need to go. People you need to see. Take that off. Oops. And just put that over there. I'm going to just mix it just in case, just to make sure that all the ingredients are settled. As a note though, is it actually closing? It doesn't seem like it wants to close completely. Like it gets to the stopping point and then it keeps turning. So we're going to just kind of shake it gingerly, not to make a mess everywhere. And I'm just going to pour some onto the same spoon that I used before. Being a little bit more generous with this than I was with the rub. Because this I can probably, if a sauce is really good, I could almost eat it with a spoon rather than just putting it on something. Let's give this a try though. I'm assuming it's G-Daddy and not G-Daddy. G-Daddy Southern Made Barbecue Sauce. Let's give it a try. That is not what I was expecting. Not what I was expecting at all. Barbecue sauces usually fall into kind of 2 categories. You've got like the smoky barbecue sauce and you've got the sweet barbecue sauce. When you move from smoke barbecue sauce country over to sweet barbecue sauce country, one thing usually is very clear. You get the sweetness of barbecue sauce, but you also get the tang of, say, a vinegar or something to offset the flavor of sweetness. Here, on the other hand, it's actually quite the opposite. What I taste primarily is a very ketchup-based sauce that has seasoning and a level of sweetness. But what it doesn't seem to have the counterbalanced bitterness or like the vinegariness that one would expect to find with like a mustard or a vinegar that's added to sauces. Vinegar is in there, but I'm wondering if because they used apple cider vinegar, if that still keeps the sweetness level where it is. Surprisingly enough, there's actually turnips in here as well. I'm just kind of, again, looking at the ingredients. I'm very surprised, actually, that there is no level of tang to it. There's no, again, no counterbalance. It's a really sweet, delicious sauce that would be good for wings. I don't know if I would necessarily put this on like a red meat, but putting this on, say, a chicken, for example, would be perfect. Chicken wings, or like if you're just frying up chicken on the barbecue sort of thing, this would be perfect. But I get a lot of sweetness. Not as much in the way of spicing, and it doesn't have any real heat to it, but I do get a lot of sweetness more than anything else. And you know what? I'm actually okay with that. That's a good barbecue sauce. I can see why he's been making it for over 55 years and probably sticking to the same recipe as he has been making all 55 years of doing this sauce. So here, once again, is all the stuff that we got inside the barbecue box. This was for November 2017, category pork recipe holiday ham. Of course, we got ourselves the wood chips. Move my spoon over. We got ourselves the pork jerky. Savory Spice, Georgia Boys all-purpose barbecue rub, and Jasper Blackburn's Southern-made barbecue sauce. All of this can be delivered to your door, or for that matter, all this can be delivered to a friend or family member's door if you'd like to subscribe them for the holiday season. Trying to think of, again, a good holiday gift for somebody that likes the barbecue, that likes grilling meat on the barbecue. Well, Barbecue Box is the box for you. Head over to www.barbecuebox.com, subscribe. You probably would still be able to get the December box for the holiday season, or at the very least, you'll be able to get January as we start 2018. Speaking of subscribing as well, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe to this channel, there's no time like the present. Hit that little subscribe button. It's just below this video, and you'll never miss a beat when it comes to future reviews and future unboxings on this channel. Thanks for watching as you always do, guys. I'll see you next time.